I don't know why you're so shy now.
Well, now there's like 3 witches in the room.
And a cameraman.
On the set of Charmed.
Did something happen to you in the kitchen?
Maybe.
What the hell?
Is it pointing?
Mm-hmm. It's crossing over
Look at Dan's face.
He's moving it.
I'm not.
Just kidding.
Hey everyone, it's Genghis. We are currently at my friend Dan's house. We are going to do an investigation out of his property that is currently being sold, to see whether or not a spell that he had did to eliminate the entities that were haunting him actually worked. So I would go ahead and say he's probably a victim of witchcraft, but let's see if he's able to turn it around with a little dose of his own.
So my name's Dan. I live here. I was walking out the door, and I looked down and there's like some fruit laid out on the steps on top of a piece of paper with a amulet wrapped around them. And
Interesting.
I look at it, I was like, what in the... And I looked at it, and I stepped around it and left. It was definitely not a gift. Somebody placed it there for a reason, in a specific way. I left it there, I didn't touch it for a couple days.
Okay.
And it stayed. And then one day it was gone.
That's kind of
completely
creepy.
removed. Yeah. And I just didn't, I took a picture, but I pretty much ignored it. And, yeah.
Okay. That is kind of creepy.
I hadn't seen anything happen before the amulet thing, but another time I was actually coming home from a date, with my date, and a couple were walking down the sidewalk. They didn't see me, but I was driving in, I pulled in, and I see him sign the cross several times in front of my house as he was walking by. Then it gets creepier, because after it disappeared, later that day, like in the evening, I was on the couch and this man came knocking on the door looking for somebody.
Welcome.
Thank you. Brought all kinds of goodies.
I'm sure you did.
Hi,
Hello. Come on
I'm
in.
Tara.
Hi. I'm Dan.
Hello. Nice to meet you. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
This man came knocking on the door looking for somebody randomly, and it was a woman. I can't remember the name anymore. I can't remember what it was. Like, it was like an old white lady's name. Like, in my head when he said it, I pictured in late 1800s, early 1900s white woman in a like old-timey dress.
Right.
That's just the image that came to my mind. He was looking for the name. I'm like, never lived here, don't know who that is. Sorry. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Thank you. Bye. And then he proceeded to pace back and forth in front of the house on the sidewalk, screaming her name, like calling out her name, like looking for her. And yeah, it was didn't like it. So later that night, I had like a full experience in the bedroom. Like, I was in bed and I felt like there was something in there, and felt like icy cold out in the air felt icy cold. It felt like it was very heavy above me, and all I could think about was her name, that woman's name, the name that kept getting yelled at, and it's like it was just repeated in my head over and over again. And I remembering the name, and that's all I could think of. And as soon as it was all over, I couldn't remember her name at all, and I still can't. For like the next three weeks to a month, pretty much every night I would get woken up by noises in the kitchen that sounded like almost like somebody slowly twisting a Coke can kind of back and forth.
Oh, like a crunch.
Yeah, but it would just be intermittent, like it would just go on, and I'd be in bed and it would wake me up, and I'd hear it, and it would just keep getting louder, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would always try to find it, and I never could figure out where it was coming from. And so every time I would walk into the kitchen, it would stop. As soon as I laid back down, it would start again.
That is so weird.
So I had to start putting on music and playing music.
Wow.
Like sleepy music, like to drown out the noise, and I would just basically cover myself up like in sound and just go back to sleep. So I had a dog. He was older. Like, he's gone now, but I had his collar hanging on like the key hook at the front door. And one of these nights, I was so fed up and frustrated with my interrupted sleep, because I mean, it was waking me up every night, and I was getting up to go to work at 4:45 in the morning, and it was just, it would wake me up, and I couldn't go back to sleep a lot of the time, so I was always like just laying there wide awake kind of thing. Yeah. So one day I got up and I tried to find the noise, couldn't find it, and I was so pissed off that I started talking shit to whatever's making the noise. I was in the kitchen and I'm talking, like, I was like, what the, you know? And I was voicing some frustration and basically like yelling at whatever this thing might have been. And I walk across the hallway and I look out, and the dog collar is just from side to side, just swinging in the non-wind, right? With no reason for it to be moving. And the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, but then I was so mad that took over, and I walked over to the dog collar, looked at it, and I looked around, and I was like, "This all you got?" I'm not sure if that was a smart thing, but I didn't care. I was angry. And so after I did that, I didn't hear anything for a year.
A whole year?
Okay. Someone's got to ask questions though, okay? Show me yes. Show me no. Okay.
Is there anyone without a body that was brought here by somebody who does not live here? Is there anybody without a body here that was brought here by some beacon that's out on the porch?
Yeah.
Okay, so this device right here will not harm you. If you touch it, it will let us know that you are indeed in the room with us. Are you the lady that the gentleman outside was yelling for? If you are that lady, if you can please tap the device that is sitting on the table right now.
My left hand is hurting.
Why don't you take a break?
No, like someone's squeezing it, like kind of hard.
That's what happened to me earlier when I was like, my arm hurts. Right there. That was before you got here. And I told him, I was like, my arm hurts.
I saw you
Remember?
do it.
Yeah, I was like, my arm hurts. Yeah.
And it is your
And I
left.
was
It
like,
was your left arm
it was my
too,
left too,
huh?
Because all I was doing was I was going like this, and I was like, my arm hurts.
Tara, take a break. Take a break. Take
Your
a break.
turn.
Take a break.
Go ahead. Your turn.
Try to hold them as
No,
still as possible.
Tell her to show you yes.
All right, go ahead and show me yes.
That's pretty good.
That was
the same one.
that's the
That's the
same
one.
yes. Yeah, now ask for no.
Can you show me no, please?
It moved a little bit. Oh, but it's the same way. It's the same way. Okay.
I'll give it to you. It's a weak no, but
But I mean, this is your first time.
no, I'm really just talking shit to her. I've been talking shit to her for fucking 2 years.
Why don't you go ahead and ask what you want to ask her?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like. Why are you fucking with me?
Yes or no questions.
Not the meaning of life.
Do you need some help? Trying to get somewhere?
Yes.
Did you die in the house?
Did you
Was,
die?
was this your house?
Do you wish him harm?
You better move on the right.
Look, it's going.
It's moving slowly, slowly.
No, look it over.
I know, but
I'm gonna say
no.
yes.
Any other questions, Dan?
Do I annoy you?
Yes.
Are you tired of me? It's understandable. So now, on 3 different occasions, with 3 different women, like spread out by months,
Yeah.
they have felt a presence over them in my bed. They all had the same dream / experience of.
What was the dream?
It was it was a presence or ghost like over top of them in that room. Like we're talking like maybe one experience was kind of closer to that time. I can't remember. Another one was almost a year later, and like I hadn't experienced anything. But she told me later, like she told me about the dream separately, and I hadn't told her about the first one.
Yeah.
So, and I still haven't. And I was like, oh, interesting. And then probably like 3 or 4 months after that one is when another woman told me about hers. It was the same exact like description. So then fast forward to go through a year, and I'm laying in bed and I wake up, my heart rate freaking is just, it's like I wake up in a panic. Heart's just fluttering, and I was like, oh man, what's going on? And so I kind of like breathe through and I calm down, and I'm awake and I'm just laying there on my side, and all of a sudden my dog, my puppy, he's 6 months old, he starts barking at something and he won't stop. And so I'm like, I have to get up and investigate, and thinking somebody is outside or something. Well, I look at the peephole and I see an apparition, an image of 2 ghosts, one ghost holding another ghost as if it was delivering the body of a ghost to the house and asking permission to come in. That was its posture. It was like
That was that at the
here.
front door?
That was out the front door peephole.
But it was standing. It was on the
It
sidewalk.
was on the sidewalk, like the fence doesn't have a gate, but like it was standing on the other side of that and like holding it, like, can I come in? Kind of is what I felt. And at first I was like, I was gonna let him in, see what was going on, and I thought about it, and I was like, no. And I looked again, and I was like, I still saw it, and I was like, okay. Now I was creeped out, and I just kind of fast walked back to bed and laid down flat and stared at the ceiling for the next 3 hours.
So you didn't go to sleep.
No. But I also didn't investigate anymore because I didn't want to know.
There was a mention of you clearing the house.
Can you go through some of the procedures of doing that?
I went to Botanica Mama Roots. That he gave me a candle, some special oil that he mixed up, and a thing of a blessed eggshell, ground eggshell.
Okay.
And told me what to do. Put some crosses with the oil on the doors, blow the eggshells out all of the windows and doors, like, to expel it. And
Now,
then,
before doing all this, did you believe in this stuff, or is this something that you kind of were unsure of to begin with?
that's a complicated question because years ago I would say no, I don't believe in it at all. More of a nihilist than anything else. But then over the years, I've changed to, I believe there's some kind of other world.
All right, if there's anything in there, if you can please tap the device that's on the edge of the bed. It will not hurt you. It just allows us to know that you are with us right now. If you can make that green light, if you can change it to a different color by touching it, it'll help us to know that you are in the room with us right now. Is any of the devices I'm holding messing with your camera? Okay, good.
Is it okay that we're in Dan's room right now?
I have come to the conclusion that you actually did a really good job clearing this house. I think we might have been visited by, maybe for a second, something we might have actually probably invited in by asking a bunch of questions, but I think for the most part the house, I don't know, what's everybody else's conclusion? Actually, maybe I should go around the room. What do you think, B?
I have not felt anything in this house at all since I got here. It just seems really calm.
Except for your arm thing.
Yeah, except for that, but yeah. But other than that, I don't feel anything like I do at my house.
Also, too, the past few times investigations, you've been the one that's been feeling the most.
Exactly. I'm always feeling sick and stuff like that, but I don't feel that way here. Only my arm. Down here.
How about you, sir?
Well, yeah, I felt, there were some times when I felt like there was something, there was a feeling of something, but it was never really consistent, and felt like whatever connection, if there was one, it was really weak.
Especially compared to your other experiences, I take it?
Yeah.
Well, good job on your witchcraft. B?
I'm just here recording right now. I didn't necessarily feel anything, but had some good questions and got a great footage.
You're a dork. And here's our dancing star. What do you think, Miss T?
Hello. Yeah, I don't feel like anything's here. I think when I first got here, I felt some energy, and then it went away. I don't know what happened to it, but I'm sure it feels fine. But I bet tonight when he goes to sleep, he's gonna have some weird shit happen. Just saying.